point of this video is actually to inspire you to pick up your cameras, to want to get out there and shoot, because if you're anything like me, every now and again, as much as I love street photography, I really do miss it when I don't do it. I seem to be I'm really good at finding excuses, especially excuses not to go out with the camera, should I say, especially because I live in Carmarthen, which is like a million miles away from a decent city, an inspiring city. So yeah, I've got nothing but sheep around me and beaches and mountains. So street photography isn't that easy to do in South Wales. So unless I'm doing a street photography workshop, I haven't really done much street photography in the last couple of months. Now this video is all about making excuses and hopefully getting rid of any opportunity you might think of for not going out with a camera. As I say, because I live in the middle of nowhere, I've got loads of excuses I can make up. But this video is about commitment, and hopefully it'll inspire you. Long story short, myself and my college friends, which we haven't really seen each other for a good 10 or so years, a few of them I meet up to photograph the rally with, but we have made a sort of more of an effort recently to commit to seeing each other. So about 3 months ago, whenever I filmed this, I met up with some college friends. I hadn't seen them. We hadn't been out on the source for a long time. So we were acting like 17, 18-year-olds. Now that was going to end inevitably really badly. I'm not a drinker. I can't drink for toffee. So, but I'd committed, and I told myself that regardless of how colourful that night was, I'm out the following day with my camera. I'm going to do some street photography. I'm not driving 3.5, 4 hours, see these guys, get to a different city and not doing any street photography. So regardless of how colourful, how messy the night ended up, let's say, I'm going out with the camera the following day. So I 100% committed. So I went to Stratford upon Avon, a place I haven't been to since I was a kid. And it was absolutely nuts because the town itself, what I thought I was going to photograph, was boring as hell. But there was an event there. Now, I didn't know this event was happening, so there's another reason. Even though that's not really the place you'd go for street photography, it's all full of tourists, it's not great for street photography. I didn't know this event was going on. So if I hadn't just dragged myself there, I wouldn't have got involved in this absolutely fantastic event, which I think you're going to love. This video is going to hopefully give you the kick up the arse, because I'm now looking frantically for any sort of random events that are going on around me. Even if it's like, because I live in the country, it might be a farmer's event, I don't know. But it doesn't have to be something as elaborate as something in London or something like that. Any sort of event that's got interest or history behind it, you get yourself into. So I'm frantically now looking, and I suggest you do this from your local area. Really look for events that are going on in your local area, because that's what I'm doing, making a list of anything and everything. I mean, it's coming to Christmas now, so there's a Christmas event next week. So I'm hopefully going to get to that. So yeah, this video is all about me, not all about me, but it's all about me not taking the easy route, buggering off down the M4 back home to bed and just watching a film, actually committing to it. Because if I hadn't have committed, I wouldn't have seen this event. Now, this was a fantastic event. I know you're going to love it. And although it might look a bit intimidating and at some points the noise is a bit loud, this was fantastic. So we'll get into that now. I will be back in a second because I make 2 balls ups in this video, so we'll talk about that in a second. But also, if you want to support the channel, if you do enjoy this, F8 issue 5 is now out. So F8 is my digital street photography magazine, so you can download that now. You can save if you download it, issue 1 to 5. Now, issue 5 has been massively improved thanks to all the positive feedback that I've had on the magazine over the last couple of months. I've recruited or took on whatever. I'm not a linguist. I've took on some advice from some really clever people who aren't photographers, but they've read through it and they've helped me grammatically improve it and tell the stories a bit better. So there's been a huge improvement there. Thank you guys for reaching out and giving. And obviously, if you've got any positive feedback or any feedback whatsoever for the magazine, but if you want to support the channel, download F8 wherever that link goes down there. Check out F8 magazine. It's a huge support for the channel, and we'll get straight into it. You're going to enjoy this. They're another thing of beauty. I've got a huge soft spot for E-type Jags. That is ace. Well, that's where we're going today. Shakespeare's birthplace. You know what? I haven't been to Stratford probably 15 flipping years. It's actually a surprisingly busy little walkway. So it looks like no one's ever going to come down here. I managed to get one I do like. It's quite charismatic because he's sort of leaning over as he goes through. So I'm going to wander the other side of the bridge. Not much happening over the town, so I wander over here. Because there sounds like event or concert or something. So let's have a look, let's have a nose. I don't know what's going on, but it certainly looks colourful. Lots of interest, loads of people. Find out in a minute now if it's a private thing, and then we're in a public area, so technically there's nothing stopping me. Looks like it's open to everybody. Try and get as close as possible. Fill the frame of colour. I just spoke to one of the guys, see what was going on, and it's the elephant god's birthday. Didn't ask him what religion that was, but I know the one he means, but I just don't know which culture that is. So give me one of these coconut sweets anyway to try, which is really nice of him, and it's actually really nice. I love these Indian sweets, they're gorgeous. So I've asked permission, this guy in the white here, to take a photograph. Everything seems fine. It's a Hindu celebration. Any more than that, I always find it's best to ask permission in these cultures. They never mind you taking pictures, but it's always nice to ask. Best to ask. I caught that time, I just told him to turn the volume down. It was fantastic though. I literally got 10 seconds of that, managed to get a couple of shots, really cool. Made a massive mistake. I did an event with this camera the other day and I forgot to format the card. So I've come here now with ran out of blinking photographs, so this is all going on now. And if you take anything from this video, never go to an event or anything cool without checking your frigging memory card, because this has pissed me off. It's amazing over there. And I've got to go through my bloody camera deleting photographs. Ridiculous. Did you spot the fatal mistake? I normally set my camera to a minimum shutter speed of 500th of a second. I explain on workshops why 500th of a second is the shutter you should have minimal. Now it's not because you want 500th of a second, it's because if you're moving and your subject's moving and you're say walking down the street towards each other, you're effectively halving your shutter speed. So if I go like that to catch movement and that person's movement, you might as well, it's effectively like shooting at 250th of a second. In the same way, if you're shooting at 250th of a second, you're moving and they're moving and you're all doing all this strange dance. If you looked at the photographs then, it'd be equivalent really of 125th of a second. You're going to get motion blur. So 500th of a second is my go-to, and that's what I tell people to sort of aim for. Any more than 500th of a second is a luxury, but it's not necessary. 500 is where you want to be. Now, for some reason, because I was trying to shoot at f11 and I was obviously previous to this walking around Stratford, stood still, not really worried about me moving, any fast moving action. It wasn't that sort of shoot. So I was using f11, 250th of a second. Now when I went over to the event and everybody was jumping around and enlarging it like this, I should have changed my shutter speed then to 500 f8, which I went to f8 from f11, but I should have gone to, looking at the ISO on the back of the camera, because I had the camera up here and I was kind of too involved in the zone, and I'm normally at 500. For some reason, I was still at 250. Now, it didn't take me long to think, hang on, I better check, because obviously you need to take ownership of your settings. So within 2 or 3 minutes, within 5 minutes anyway, of taking these photographs, which were all blurry, they weren't sharp enough, 250th per second, the images were just, you could argue that it adds a bit of motion to the photographs, but not enough to justify it, not enough motion in the photograph. So it just looks like a balls up. So 250 second was crap. As soon as I whacked it up to 500 of a second, I got all that energy, that passion, all that motion was frozen sort of thing. Told the stories better. Don't want frozen. Just if you got a flash, different story. But with without the flash, you're going to get motion of people jumping around. Of course, I'm doing all this with the camera as well. So always own your minimum shutter, is long story short. Doesn't matter if you're 250, 125, 500, as long as you take ownership for the way you're photographing. If you're standing perfectly still and you're just catching people walking past, 200th of a second might be absolutely fine. Okay, but 500 is is there for me, because if I'm moving and if I'm walking down the street and another walking down the street and we're both doing this, then it basically halves the shutter speed. So that's why I always shoot at 500, because it's basically a fast moving way of shooting. But anyway, back to the video. Mistake over, get into it. Hey man, are you filming? Have you got a YouTube channel? I was like, I have, yeah. Do you want me to not film? And he's like, no, that's fine, it's fine. I was like, am I right taking photographs? Because I've asked every other place I've asked. They're all different, like, groups, let's say. Everywhere I've gone, I've asked if it's okay to take photographs. And he's like, yeah, fine, but obviously you've got the women, you've got the men. I'm not sure whether or not it's different, but the guys blowing brilliant here. When they get going, it's absolutely brilliant. Oh, hang on, what's going on with the video camera? Absolutely fantastic. I'm giving him my details so I can send over any cool pictures or any video I get, you know? If you're going to do stuff like this, don't be too afraid to reach out to somebody, make an effort. There's nothing worse than being the person that's standing there filming or photographing and not trying to give back. So don't be afraid to come to these events, but try and make friends. Reach out, carry a business card or something. Be the person that goes to them, don't let them come to you, it's not ideal. That's what happened on this occasion, but it's not ideal. But yeah, just be prepared to give your photographs, be friendly, get involved, it's amazing, absolutely amazing. Look at this now, there's more of them coming. The girls and everybody, so welcoming, so encouraging for me to take pictures and stuff, they're just loving it. And obviously, just make sure get the pictures to them so they appreciate them as well. Fabulous. I am loving this. Oh my god, I just think I wasn't going to come out today. I get emotional with events like this. See people jumping around like this, loving life, full of life, punching the sky, punching the air, jumping around, full of colour. And they're so welcoming. They've all been so like jumping around and dancing with the pictures. Look at this. I was hungover this morning, I was going home to bed and I forced myself out. Bloody hell. Awesome, squidge in guys, put your arms around each other, get in there. I know you've been jumping around like, that's it, that's awesome. Hang on a sec, let's have a look. The one, yeah, cool, yeah. Show me your, I put something in the water. I don't know what it is, but the swan keeps attacking it. They keep pushing the swan away. It's gone now. Missed it. That was funny. There's other. I'm having a bit of a break. Just enjoying, not through the camera, just enjoying these cultures because these traditions, wonderful. And they're all so friendly. So many people have seen my little vlogging camera sticking out my back pocket and come over and spoke to me and said hello, and they are so friendly. I've just remembered that I can't top up my car parking via the app because I didn't use the app when I got here, so I've got to run back to the van, which gives me an opportunity to get another memory card from the Leica, so I haven't got to spend any more time physically deleting files. I forgot I had memory cards in the van. I'm going to do that, and then I'm not going to do any more filming. I'm just going to go back and enjoy the party because I'm really enjoying photographing it, and it's hard to film as well, so I'm just going to get stuck in and photograph that. If you have enjoyed this video and you were like me, I mean, this morning I was hungover, was just going to bail and not bother doing any street photography. I was just going to go home and lounge out, be lazy, but I'm so glad I did today, because I met so many wonderful people. Didn't really enjoy the street photography in Stratford that much, but when I got over to that event, it's been fantastic. So if you ever see an event like this kicking off in your area, don't be afraid to go over and say hello and take some pictures. But yeah, I'm gonna get back there now. Really enjoying it. Hope you've enjoyed the video. Check out the magazine if you want to support the channel. That's a huge help. Issue 5 is all but ready to go onto the online store now, so I'll put a link to issue 5 as soon as it's there, as soon as it's ready. But thank you so much for the support, and if you were struggling with motivation, hopefully this video is the kick up the arse you needed. What's your shoelace, dude? You're going to go over. Things you notice.